hate puppies. Good podcast.
Gummy.
I feel
Let me get one of those. Why not? Let me start that day. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House,
It's a great breakfast beer.
the only podcast dedicated to solving first world problems and hopefully helping you figure out what beer you should be drinking this weekend. We got a beer this week from a listener.
Ooh.
Yes, always like that. Always
Which
like
one?
that. It was actually the gentleman over at Screen Door Mortgage.
Oh, nice.
If you're looking for a mortgage, do yourself a favor and make it a little less stressful. Head over to screendoormortgage.com and let Jimmy take care of you. He'll guide you through. Look, let's be honest. You don't know enough about it or you'd be doing your own mortgage. You need someone who knows their stuff.
To say I don't know enough about it is laughable. You're way overselling my knowledge of mortgages.
I'm with you. I was like, I was here for a 33-year mortgage. I believe that's how that works. They're like, nah, man.
Like, still not really understanding what escrow is, but you guys throw it around a lot.
I throw around the term escrow a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more than my understanding of
Yeah.
it, but I'll always be like, oh, well, I've got some in escrow.
Yeah,
They're
if
like,
you just say it's in escrow, like you sound like you're like,
they're like, well, damn, I guess he does have some extra
don't push
cash.
back against that guy. He knows what he's doing. Oh my
He's
God.
got escrow. I don't think he's talking about snails.
Yeah, for the longest time I was like, huh?
It's tough, dude. I'm like dreading this. I'm staring at this.
It's
What time is it?
9:40.
9:40.
You're good. 9:40 a.m. You're good for a Coors Light now.
I mean, this looks looks
delicious.
It looks delicious, but it also looks painful, man. What are we doing out here at 9:40 in the morning?
What is today? President's Day?
It's a day. Yeah, President's
But
Day.
it's like not a holiday, national holiday. Like schools are closed and some offices are, but I know a lot of people that are working. Like that's why it's just you and me today.
My wife's inside working.
Oh, is she working today?
She's working.
Yeah, my wife's working too.
Yeah, I have the day off, so I figured
Yeah.
let's drink beer at 9:30 in the
Well,
morning.
and we're bugging out for a few days, so we had to do it today or some other awkward weird time. So that's why we're running the old school 2-man. No Adam.
On a Monday at
No
9:30
Dave.
in the morning. All right, I'm gonna do this, Troy. Here we go.
Oh yeah, Silver Bullet, the breakfast of beers.
Yeah, I couldn't have anything as tasty as a Miller
No.
Lite.
No, you got to ease into it. It's mostly water
Oh God. Okay, let's see
from
how
the
it tastes.
Rockies.
See how it tastes.
It's gonna taste amazing. No,
Nah, you know what that tastes like? That actually brought back memories. That tastes like a tailgate beer.
oh yeah.
That's exactly what it tasted
Yep.
like. There's that early morning because that's the only time you drink this early in the morning is a tailgate.
If you're an adult,
And I just took that first sip of beer and boom.
feels a little unnatural.
Yeah, that
But
was.
once you get the first
tailgate.
one in, you'll be good.
I'm hoping I can nurse this one to the deli, but the deli I'm anticipating will put me over the edge,
That looks flavorful.
set me off to a great start to the day. Maybe do some stuff.
You've already been to the gym, so you've had a productive day already.
Yeah, I've had 3 cups of coffee and
Ooh.
pushed weight for an hour and a half.
Nice.
So I mean, I've done my part.
Yeah.
It's 9:30. Crack a beer.
Reward yourself.
Crack a beer.
Treat yourself.
I've had 3 cups of coffee protein shake,
Nice.
and now on a beer.
Any of these cookies that are splayed out everywhere?
I have not had a cookie
I see
yet.
it's Girl Scout cookie season. One of your lovely daughters just busted up in here and snagged a handful.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little different than cracking a beer at 9:30 in the morning, but you can see she has the same addictive gene.
She went right to it.
She rolled out here. It was like, Dad, I think you are hoarding the Girl Scout cookies. It's like, no. What are you talking about? She knew where to look, though. Don't go far. Come out to the bar.
Yeah, so when she came in and you had just mentioned the Girl Scout cookies, so it's kind of like kismet. Like she kind of like it was. I thought it was a setup because I was like, oh shit, here it comes. I'm getting a hard sell. And then like after she ate a couple, I was like, wait, your daughters aren't even Girl Scouts. What are you doing with all these Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah,
I guess you got hit up outside somewhere, or do you know someone?
I walked out. We went to brunch yesterday.
Where'd you go?
The Expectation over in Stony Point.
Okay.
Not bad. It's got the same bar as the old Champs. It's got a dope bar.
Oh yeah, you like that place, right?
I do. And went up there. and came walking out, 2 drinks in, which is the exact perfect attitude.
Yeah.
2 drinks is exactly where you want to be. You can still pilot a motor coach.
Yep.
But your car feels faster than it ever used to. Yeah. You're like, damn, this thing handles nice.
Yeah.
My stereo actually kind of thumps.
Sounds really crisp.
It sounds perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even know I had tweeters. Listen to that. So clean. But there is something about 2 beers. 2 beers is like, you're in the best mood.
Yeah.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Someone cut you off. You're like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. 6
just
beers,
out-
you're like,
we're
I'm
out
going to hit
driving.
this. I'm going to hit this
Yeah,
motherfucker.
exactly,
It's like, you
yeah.
don't want that. 2 beers is perfect. But I walked out, and there was a crew of Girl Scouts right outside.
They're so good.
They know exactly where
Yep.
to be. They're like, that's where people are drinking. We'll post up right there.
Yep.
And I walked out 2 drinks in. I saw them. My eyes got big. My wife goes, we do not need cookies. And I was like, who's getting cookies? As
And
soon
you-
as she turned right, I turned left.
Well, I feel like by her putting that in your head too was like, we need cookies.
I know I did.
What aren't they expensive now? Because they used to be like $3 a box or something.
5 a box.
Man, inflation getting the Girl Scouts.
It's tough, dude. But I don't mind. I think
What a business these guys have. They must make billions off these things.
they do.
You can buy them anywhere though, right? Aren't they? Can you get them in stores and stuff now? I don't do our grocery shopping, so I don't know. But I feel like you can get them outside of like it used to be. Get
Girl
them
Scout
now,
season.
or you're screwed.
Well, it is Girl Scout season. And I used to go so far as to get Thin Mints and
It's
stock.
more than one season, though, right? It's not like they only sell them once a year.
This is the time. I don't know, man. I thought Girl Scout season was a once a year thing. I thought it was a
Maybe.
McRib
I feel
situation.
like I see it all the time now.
I don't know. I'm fired up. But this is a new cookie.
What the hell is this?
That's a new cookie, the Adventureful.
Adventurefuls, indulgent brownie-inspired cookies with caramel-flavored cream and a hint of sea salt.
Right?
Dude, that sounds... The peanut butter ones used to be my jam, but this thing sounds
I
amazing.
mean, look at that thing. It's a Thin Mint
on the bottom.
as far as how the
Yeah.
consistency is. I'll give you a little taste test.
Oh, you do that for us?
Yep. Thin Mint consistency on the bottom. And then like a hard caramel.
So that looks amazing, but you know what they did right that pushes it over the top, and I've never eaten one, but I can tell you, is the sea salt. Mm-hmm. Like my youngest son has gotten into baking, and he likes to make stuff from scratch, and he puts some sea salt on his chocolate chip cookies, and it's one of the best chocolate chip cookie I've ever had.
You need salt in a chocolate chip
Yes.
cookie. People don't. That's often
You need it.
overlooked.
And I don't add salt to anything, but you need salt in a lot of sweets.
Dude, this is a really good cookie. Like, that's the first time I've had it sober.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's got to be even better when you're drunk.
You would think, but no.
But you probably don't
No.
appreciate everything.
That is better sober.
Because
No.
you can tell everything that's going on.
Yeah, that is a fantastic cookie. I love that it's the consistency of a Thin Mint because that's a great crunch.
Yes.
Whereas otherwise, I'm a Samoa guy or Caramel Delights, depending on which factory it came out of.
Yeah, why'd they change the name? I think
They
we talked
did
about it.
There's 2 factories that make them, and one of them calls them Samoas, and one calls them Caramel
One like
Delights.
has the rights to the Samoa name or something?
It's weird. They all bubble up to the same place.
I think Samoas are garbage.
But you don't like coconut. You're weird.
Yep. No, I'm correct. Everyone else is weird.
That's not how it works.
That's how you do
my-
music. That's
And
how you do everything.
that's how I do my colorblind too. I'm like, y'all don't see colors right. But I also know deep down, I'm probably wrong. And you should know deep down, you are wrong. Caramel, I mean, coconut is good.
Well, I definitely am aware enough to know that most people like coconut.
Yeah, there's a reason there's a huge coconut industry.
Yes.
And it's not because everyone hates it.
Not because of pina coladas.
No, people like pina coladas because they taste like coconut. They sing songs about it.
Yeah.
The first thing you do when you get off the plane, pina colada me.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what's up. You're the weirdo.
That's why margaritas are around.
I don't like margaritas. They're the weirdos.
Oh, okay.
Those people are wrong.
Gotcha.
Okay. Full circle. Full circle. I don't
Checks
understand.
out.
Do you know what the number one ordered liquor drink in America is? Every year.
It's got to be something basic as shit. So, like,
We're literally talking about it. So it's very.
Is it a margarita?
It's a margarita.
That sounds insane. Like how a vodka soda or a rum and coke doesn't beat that out.
It's because non-drinkers, they go to a Mexican place and they go, I will get a margarita.
Yeah.
Everyone orders the freaking margarita. So it's the number one selling, I guess, like at most places.
Yeah.
People order margaritas because when you're not drinking, if you're a non-drinker,
I guess it doesn't. I mean, I guess a good so a good margarita, you can probably taste some of the tequila, but like the bad ones at all the Mexican joints, they're probably mostly just the sweet and sour mix. Like, so you're not really tasting the tequila or anything else. But that still doesn't hold. I still can't buy that. Like,
I shouldn't say the most. All right. Most people, when they go out and they're going to get a drink, like if you survey 100 people,
most people say margarita.
They would say margarita.
So
it's not like selling volume because alcoholics will always buy
volume too. Like per gallon, they don't make small margaritas. Like a rum and coke is a shot of rum and 2 or 3 shots of coke. Where like a margarita's in a fucking pitcher
or a fish bowl, you know,
a fucking fish tank.
It's like, always goblets. Like they're like check it out, look at my margarita.
Yeah.
And then they put a beer in it. That's the one.
Yeah, you get a beer in it or a shot in it or a test tube in it.
It's ridiculous, but I don't like them. I've just never. I like the Paloma. You know, there's a twist on a margarita that's worth drinking.
Okay, I'll take your word. I don't think I've ever seen one or heard of it.
You should get yourself a Paloma one day, but get a spicy one. They put a little. They can do it with the kicked up like Humidor. That's the good stuff right there. Torchy's Tacos makes a great Paloma.
They make good tacos too.
Yeah, there's Torchy's popping up everywhere. Well, the Torchy's way to do it is they soak jalapenos in the tequila and then they use that in their Palomas, and it's a game changer.
So the other day this weekend, since we're recording on Monday this weekend, I'm headed out of town this weekend. This past weekend, I was like, I need to go get a haircut so I can look professional.
I need to get a haircut somehow in the tomorrow's the one window I have. I have to pull it off tomorrow somehow.
So I was busy when I went. I guess it was Saturday, and I was like, did I want to go to the normal place I go to? It's like a 15-minute drive out, and it's usually like busy. But there's this newish place over right by my house by the massage parlor.
Saw it. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to check this place out since I was like driving by it at the time. Now, what would you think that place would be?
I mean, I saw it. It looks like
it's called actually, I'm not even going to say what it is. But anyway, it's got it's like unisex barbershop. Like it's just
kind of, it's kind of a nondescript name. But yeah, I figured it was salon / barbershop.
So I assumed it was going to be an African-American barbershop, which I've been in a few. So I don't have a problem with it.
That particular strip, I'd say Mexican.
So I was thinking African American and Dominican, like something along
Dominican. There we go. There's the nice middle ground.
So I walked in and I was correct. So I sat down. They took me almost immediately. They had 3 people going, and some woman came out and hit me up.
Was it a record scratch, or were you like they were like good to see?
No, they were cool. And actually another average looking white bearded dude came in after me and had an appointment with another dude, but I just took first available, and this girl came in. She wasn't even in the place.
Bring out the gimp.
The guy called her and was like, hey, there's a
honky here.
There's a guy here if you want him, or if you don't need the money, I'll he can wait for me. And I was like, that doesn't sound like
what the hell is this? She's out back doing meth.
She came in from the front. I don't know where she came. But she was nice, and she did,
Did she smell like booze?
No.
Okay, because there is a hole in the wall bar right around the corner.
Exactly.
And if you get a call, I don't
know if they go there though.
I don't know. It just seems like you got a couple places to get drinks next door, and if she came in the front door, I'm just nervous.
But if you're a white guy or girl and you've never been to one of these places, like I can tell you, they do like detail work like nobody's business. Like
it's the best. The edges are clean.
If you get any sort of a fade or anything with a clipper, like it's like you're not getting like they're going you're getting taken care of. You're gonna be there in a minute. So I got the haircut, and I wanted to get the beard trimmed. Now I have a beard trimmer, and I can trim my own beard. But so every now and then, I'll just tell the professional to do it.
Shape it.
Doing it in the mirror is not very efficient. Like, you always mess stuff up. Well, this girl went to town on my beard. I'm surprised you didn't say anything when I walked in. And she was
Still
like,
looks
like,
a beard to me.
you mean trim your mustache too? And I was like, yeah. So she like did like some weird like edge work on the top and bottom of my mustache. So like now I'm a little in my own head about like, do I look weird?
Yeah, now that you say it, you got a lot of lip exposed.
Yeah, like
I understand that because I get weirded out about that.
And she's like in there like, and why do they do this? I feel like a lot of salons now like flip you the other way, so like your back's to the mirror that you're closest to, so like you're kind of seeing what's going on, but you're 15 feet away. The mirror's 15 feet away from you.
Yeah.
So your reflection looks even further away. So you're like, I can kind of tell what's going on, but not really. And like she's in there like hitting my beard with like the trimmer, and then she like took it like a electric razor type, you know, like to shave your whole face. And she's like getting above my lip and below my lip. And I'm like, what in God's name is going on over here? And I tell, whenever I sit down in a chair, I'm the easiest customer. Like, I really don't care. Like, you're not going to get any complaints from me. Do what you think looks best, and it'll grow back in 2 weeks, so I'll be fine.
Can I ask you, are you working up to a point where you might be a little disappointed in something?
No, but it's funny how the point of the story really don't really have a point other than my mustache is a little off, and I'm a little weird as I'm going out of town to like.
Your mustache is off, and I don't know if I don't want to like freak you out, but it kind of looks like your mustache had a stroke.
Yeah.
It's got one side has a big hump, but she kind of flattened the hump on the other side.
Yeah.
So there's something, it's like lean, it's listing.
Well, and she like trim like here and here. So like as it grows back, it's going to be.
It'll be fine. It's just, you're going to have 2 days where you're not going to feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Because now that you're calling it out, now I'm staring at it.
Yeah, but you didn't notice it too. So that's good.
No, I did
not.
not.
That bodes well. But it's always interesting when you go get a haircut from someone different, how different it can be. Like, it's wild.
It's one of the most stressful things for a guy to be like, I'm going to let this other person touch my hair. Because we're not super particular.
No.
But we are particular.
Yeah.
Like, you'll bounce from place to place to place until that one person nails it. And you're like, I am with this person forever. We're more loyal to barbers than wives.
Well, yeah. But so I tend not to be, because I fly in and out of places like while I'm traveling around, like, because I'm not in an office. So like if I'm going from point A to point B and I can swing in somewhere,
I will
in the middle of the day, that's like helpful to me. So I'm down to go back, but I don't know what to do because I kind of don't want her to hit me up next time. But like she gave me her card. She was like, da da da. Then there's the whole like payment process, because they're all independent contractors. So she was like, are you paying via Cash App? I'm like, I don't have it. Are you paying cash? I'm like, how much is it? We didn't even talk price before I sat down. Then like, she was like, I mean, you can pay card, but she made it sound like it was a pain in the ass. We're like, the normal place I go to is like, swipe the card all day. We don't care. We're a business, you know, like whatever their setup is. So I'm like, well, how much is it? She's like $45.
Bro,
and I'm
dude,
like,
for real?
For a haircut and beard trim, which I thought was pretty reasonable.
Okay, because the beard trim ads, I was thinking.
I mean, the place I usually go, haircuts are like $25-$30 plus $10 for a beard trim. So seems kind of, but I'm like, now I got a tip on that. So I'm like, here's 55. And then she kind of looked a little like I didn't tip her enough. And I'm like,
oh, you guys are off to a wonderful start.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is weird. You know, like, should I go back and try somebody else, or should I just go back to my normal place and have, and when I say normal place, they have 3 different locations that I will hit and let anyone there cut my hair. And sometimes it's better than others, and sometimes it's not. I'm not very particular.
Oh, no. This place coming across as expensive, not super pleasant.
It was very convenient.
But
I was in and out.
yeah, but you're also not happy.
I waited over an hour at some other places.
But you're not happy with the cut.
I'm not unhappy, but I'm not like, I don't know.
I wouldn't go back.
You don't think so?
No. You already under-tipped her.
Under-tipped her?
Yeah, your relationship's ruined.
I mean, $45, 20% would be $9. I tipped her $10. Is that not enough? What do you tip a?
Oh, yeah, you nailed it. I mean, you gave her 20%.
Yeah.
And she didn't like it.
I never know what to give somebody's cut my hair anyway, because I'm like, do you really, is 20% or is it 10%? What is it? Like, I don't know. And it probably varies if you're like, if you're full on hired by the place cutting your hair, a bigger tip would help you. But if you're an independent contractor, or you're renting a booth, you know, you're making most of what I'm already giving you. So why do I need to give you even more?
You're talking to an over-tipper.
Yeah.
I go 10% on mine, and then I add $3.
What do you,
Or
and what's your
20%,
haircut
20%,
cost?
and then I add $3. It's like $23.
Uh-huh.
So I give them like
So you give like $30?
I give, yeah, a round up. I give $8 on 23. It's like,
Yeah.
bump it up. I don't know. I didn't really overthink it though. He owns the place, so
Yeah.
all the money goes to him.
Yeah.
So it's easy. But yeah, that's fine. It's hard to get a
But
good haircut.
they almost all have give and takes, right? Like you got to get up with your guy, which is hard.
Oh, it's a huge. I'm stressed now because tomorrow morning when he opens, the phone's going to ring and he'll be booked 30 minutes after he opens. The day will be booked. I got to slide in there, get that.
Has he gotten better on Tuesdays? Now the football's over?
He stopped drinking.
Oh,
Yeah, he no longer has the Tuesday flu.
nice.
Yeah, because that was the day he opens. That was his first day of the week. And it was like comical how you never went on a Tuesday. It's like buying a car that came off the line on a Friday. You don't do it. It's the same thing. Like if you got a Tuesday haircut, you could anticipate that he was going to remember to do one half of your head if he showed up at all.
Yeah, I remember going in there looking for him, and his coworker would be like, "Yeah, he's not here yet."
Yeah, she would always say he's got the Tuesday flu again.
Is she still working there?
No, they had a horrible breakup.
Okay,
It's all gone to shit. Like
so he's solo.
he's solo. Yeah, well, no, there's an old guy in there.
Oh, he got another old guy back.
Yeah, he's got another old guy. Smells a little bit like pee.
Nice.
I don't use him. But all the other old guys.
He had that
come
old
in.
guy that was awful.
Yeah, not that old. Different old guy. But yeah,
Maybe I'll have to go back to your guy.
it
Check
is
it out.
Yeah, you should. You should go check him out. But there is a revolving door of old men that he keeps
Yeah.
in the other chair. And it's great because old men want old men to cut their hair.
Yep.
And they sit there and they talk about the Farmer's Almanac and
Yep.
do hair.
Weather. It's always weather.
We're over here talking about sports and chicks.
Yep.
A little bit younger. We'll get there.
Yeah.
One day I'll smell like pee and we'll talk about Farmer's Almanac. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
Better than the alternative, I guess.
Yeah, having them talk about you.
Yeah.
Here, Brendan died. Not
Yep.
dead. That's. Guess you don't need a haircut.
Yeah. Guess I lost another client there.
He was a good tipper. I liked him. He was all right.
That's all you care about is how they talk about your tipping afterwards.
That's right.
Yeah.
They don't talk about my tip after I'm gone. I didn't give a good tip.
No.
And I've always prided myself on giving good tip.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
You've always said your tip is the best.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
that. Just the tip.
Not so much
Perfect.
past the tip.
No, everything past the tip is well, it's just quick and just remote.
Yeah.
It's just the same formula. But that tip. Everyone loves my tip. I think so.
Did you do anything this weekend?
So my wife had like a bachelorette party and different things going on this weekend, so I kind of was on kid duty.
In town, though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the best. That means that the bachelorette party comes rolling through the door
Question.
at 1 a.m.
Bachelorette. Hold on. We're of the age where people should be married.
Bro, this is so weird. This chick, 42 years old, never married.
Wow.
That's like a virgin.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, never married.
Not going to lie, though. Red flags.
Red flags everywhere. No, it's funny you say that.
Popping off.
It's the first thing I said to my wife. I go, oh, is she crazy?
Yeah.
She was like, no, she's super sweet. I go, bullshit. There's
Yeah.
something wrong with her.
So she doesn't have that got to pop a kid out gene, or is she like going to try to make up for lost time?
I'll let you know in 9 months. Apparently that wedding is right around the corner. But yeah, I mean, it's funny you said that because my spidey sense went off immediately. I was like, not widowed, not divorced, not nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. We're to the point where like widowed is in play. Widows and widowers are like fully in play for us.
Widow's like the best case.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they didn't screw up anything.
Yeah.
Like it still worked unless they killed him. And then that's a red flag.
That's in play.
But I mean, a widow, it's like you can keep pictures of their ex up.
Yeah.
You can talk about their ex. It's like it's totally
He's
healthy.
not going to
and
show
normal.
up drunk, banging on the door.
No. I mean, you would think.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, if he does, that ain't drunk. That's zombie.
So the question is, if you were to date a widow, would you be insecure about like, since there was no bad blood, you know, and let's say in this scenario, somebody got sick and passed away. So like, but they were in mad love, and you've come along a couple years later. Now you're dating the widow. Are you worried like their heart's never in it because OG husband was the end all be all? Yeah, I need another husband. I may or may not have kids, so I might need a dad for the kids. But like, are you insecure about that? Because I could see that coming into play.
No, because I think she and I both know that my immune system's better. So, I mean, I got that going for me.
What you're saying is like most jobs, like just showing up is half the job. And you're still showing up.
So, I mean,
I got no quit in me.
I got a lot of stick-to-itiveness.
Oh, my God.
You know, I think
it's awful.
So, I mean, I think I got that going for me. And I think she recognizes that. She's like, that's pretty strong. Pretty strong.
If I were single, and I hope I never am, but like, I would consider dating a widow. I
think you always...
Someone with a divorce or two, I'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, but I think the widow is... Look, you're never going to completely live up to it because like anything, over time, they become more of a martyr, like more of a legend.
Yeah.
Like I think you get built up. Because,
especially the earlier... Like,
you know
like
how,
all those musicians that died at 27, like...
They're perfect.
Yeah.
They never committed any sin.
Yeah.
Forget the fact that they ran themselves into the ground by 27. And
a lot of them were probably average musicians.
Yeah, and you get canonized.
Yeah.
And like you're like, you are the best. Like you were the greatest ever. Amy Winehouse is the single greatest female soul singer we've ever had.
Yeah.
Because she died after one good album.
I don't understand that. But I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I see your point, but
you
I
could
don't
argue
get it.
Janis Joplin. What do they have in common?
Dude, Janis Joplin was awful.
No, she was the greatest of all time until Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's exactly, you listen to Janis Joplin. I get it. She has soul, hell of a musician. She's like a Bob Dylan. Like her voice isn't that great, but it's like, she's
Elvis,
the greatest.
I mean, Elvis was amazing, but like how sad we weren't, but you could kind of see right before he died, he was working himself in a bad direction.
Dude, he was a fat, sweaty.
He died like at like 42
mess.
or something. Like it was
he would have been awful.
Yeah.
Later in life, but fortunately he checked out. Now we love him.
Yeah.
And the same thing would happen to a widow. Like I've lost somebody, and now it's like, all right, you date a girl, and you're like, she is psycho. I'm out.
Yeah.
And then you fast forward 5 years, you don't remember the psycho.
Yeah.
You're like, man, she was so much fun. So nice. Like you just start to remember the good. It's just human nature, unless they did something so horrific.
Yeah.
But
unless
if
there
it's
was like jail time.
Yeah, but if it's just a breakup, you kind of end up
Yeah.
remembering the good. And I think
that's what I'm saying. You'd be compared to that martyr for the rest of your life.
And I don't think you're going to win, but I think you just have to accept that.
But your day-to-day life would be better.
Yeah.
Because there's no awkward, like, got to take the kids this weekend to X's, like, and we're going to fight because he hadn't paid his child support. No. And, he's dating that new hussy. So now we got to argue. Like,
you don't have any of that nonsense. Yeah. It's good. But this girl, no divorce, no widow. Like, that's a red flag.
Career oriented?
Has a career, but not, I don't get it. So I was like, let me see a picture of her. super cute. Looks very, you judge someone.
Yeah.
I was like, she looks totally normal.
Yeah.
And asked my wife, and she's like, no, she's one of the sweetest people. Like
Has she been with the dude like 10 years?
I think she's
Like,
been with this guy for a little while, but not.
Did he like keep her from?
No, this isn't. This is probably like a 4-year relationship that's turning into a marriage. Like a pretty normal. It's very odd.
But like, it wasn't like he was like, I'm not locking it down. I'm waiting. Because I know a lot of guys kind of went through that.
I mean, how long did you date before?
Oh, I dated my wife for 5 seconds before I knew I was going to marry her. Like,
well, I did too, but I still strung it along for 4 years.
oh, not me.
Oh, you literally were like,
Yeah.
yep, I'm locking this up now.
I met my wife.
I've seen enough.
I met my wife. We met in November 1 year, 04. Started dating in spring around Mother's Day of 05. And I got engaged Mother's Day the next year.
So a solid year
Yeah.
of dating, you were like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Well, and
get it.
I mean, before that, I had a ring made. So, like, I'd been, like, 3 months in, I was like, I'm going to marry this chick. But I waited. I was like, I made myself wait a year. I was like, I will definitely wait a year because I don't want to look too lunatic, you know? Like,
Like, I know this is our first date and all, but
Yeah.
like, I kind of like you. You want to just do this?
well, I mean, we hung out so much for months before we started dating. And then while we were dating, like, we were both working and we would go to work and we'd hang out. Like, we just hung out all the time. And we both been in and out of bad relationships. And we were like, this is way better than what we've gone through. And I mean, I wasn't going to let her get away. That would have been stupid.
Yeah, smart move. Otherwise, she'd be some 42-year-old just getting engaged.
I don't know. Like, I was in my late 20s. I was like, I kind of know now. Like, I get it. Like, I would think in your late 30s, you would know by the, after like,
That's what I don't understand. Something was amiss. Something went weird. But this guy found a unicorn.
hey, mazel tov.
I mean, how many people at that age you'd be like, nah, this one doesn't have any.
Man, I guess you can still have kids.
Yeah, she can. The odds are a
Yeah.
little sketchier. But yeah. Hey, good on them. They seem to have a hell of a bachelorette party.
So they came here? Like,
Just
you
two of
hosted?
them. Just
Oh,
two
okay.
of them came back here.
Like from out of town or something?
Yeah. And then it was just that late night, like the door swings open.
Yeah.
And then in they come. And they come in with demands.
Oh.
Like immediately. They're like, we need food. We need this. And I'm like, I was about to go to bed. I screwed this up by like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I got very lucky. I had a pizza in the fridge. I was like, here's pizza, ladies.
What? Did they do any, like, guys like to go to strip clubs? Like, did they do any of that?
Exactly.
They went to a strip club?
They went to the, they went out dancing at first.
Yeah.
Did all their thing. They had
Going to the club. is
dinner
always
and
the
drinks,
play.
then going
Yeah.
to the club. But then after the club, went to the gay strip. You know what I mean? Like the Godfrey's where like the transvestites dress up.
The
and
drag
put on a
brunch.
show. Yeah. But there was drag at night too.
But why? I don't get that.
And these, I was mad disappointed. I got to see like a bunch of video. Usually like you get these queens come out and like they're hot. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when done right, you're like, I can't tell.
Yeah. I'm like, not bad, queen.
Yeah.
Good for you. These motherfuckers came out looking like there was this one
Morbidly
fat
obese.
dude.
Yeah.
And he just comes out and he's like, he doesn't have moves. He's just like dancing. He's got
Yeah.
gravy on his blouse. I was like, what am I
Yeah.
looking at here? Then this other guy comes out.
They like now like they'll have beards that are like halfway down their chest. You're like,
this isn't working for me.
Yeah.
I mean, none of it works for me, but I'm like, look hot.
yeah. The point is,
this was the late night crew. This was not good.
why is that fun?
I don't understand it, but the women loved it.
And they like throw money at them.
Yeah, they loved it. But the two people I saw on video, one was obese and had no skills, and the other dude walked out and just had no feminine anything.
Yeah.
It was just like, this is a construction worker who put on a wig and
Probably
just,
getting paid too.
just came out and was like, I was like, all right, dude, this is bad. And she was like, we had so much fun. I'm like, y'all were fucked up.
Yeah.
If you even thought those were women,
Yeah.
like you fucked up.
Or if you thought that was entertaining.
Yeah, I just don't.
I get the whole go out dancing to the club and like have the guys look at you and
That's
like,
the move. You're only
yeah.
in matching shirts. Like,
Exactly.
you're gonna get the attention you're looking for.
But like to go to the like watch the morbidly obese guy, you know, in a skirt, like it just seems weird.
It wasn't doing it for me.
What's your take on women going to like see the guy strippers? Like, do they like it? Do they not like it?
I mean, I can't fault it. I've never seen a male stripper. I mean, I feel like I could do it. I feel like I'll probably do that, like a little side money. But I mean, I guess it's the same thing. It does seem a lot more aggressive though. Like guys sit back and we sit there at the
There's no
table. We're not
touching.
allowed to touch.
Yeah.
You know, the women kind of like fawn on them and like start pawing at them and shit.
Well, and the
I'm
guys, it seemed like they
they
get to
encourage
touch.
it. They come up,
Yeah.
they start touching them. They're rubbing on. I'm like, it seems a lot more aggressive.
Yeah, according to my wife, her bachelorette party was in Lake City, and they went to one. Her friends took her to one, and she did not enjoy all of it.
A little too aggressive.
Yeah, where some of the women that were there were like going batshit, throwing money, like just having a heyday.
It seems to me like these dudes could just like Roman war helmet these girls.
Yeah,
Like just drop it on their face. Like, this is great. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's not how that works. But
yeah, because we don't touch or nothing.
it depends where you go.
Well, yeah, but like you're paying way extra.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not exactly worth
Yeah,
it. You know, I got my sweatpants on.
yeah,
I'm going go have a good time.
yeah. I've never done any of that.
Oh, you know what today is, dude? It's a sad day. Sad day. You were talking about your beard.
Yeah.
Today's beard shaving day for me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. We're heading into spring.
Thought it was like
Usually it's St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patty's Day. That's what I was thinking.
But the wife has really been pushing for it, and like I've been talking about it, and for the last couple of weeks I've been like, no, I'm gonna do it on this weekend, and then I don't. And she's like, I thought you said you were shaving it, and I finally gave up. I said, look, let me get through the weekend. I'll shave it on Sunday, or Monday.
Are you gonna do like? You should do like some crazy, like real thin, like.
I might start with either chops, like big pork chop sideburns with like a little soul patch action or something. I don't know. I would figure something out.
Do something to really irritate her.
Really, really dial it in
Yeah.
for the day. Yeah, I like your attitude. I think we'll get super ugly. It's either that though, or I kind of like your idea of the really thin chin strap.
Like the like the douchebaggy looking thing, like
Yeah, like a nice dick in the box.
yeah. Pencil thin mustache to go with it, like
It could be good. I always do the chops and the big
Yeah.
stuff. Maybe you just do the real chin strap.
yep,
Tight chin.
Looks like a Sharpie just down your chin.
I think I could go for that. I think she'd like that.
I hope not. That would be hilarious though.
You know, there was a time in my life I had that beard.
Did you really?
So I was going to this salon. It was definitely a salon.
Yeah.
And this guy would be like, let me dial that in. And he would dial in like the perfect chin strap, the thin one.
How thin was it? Like, what would you compare to? You're thinner than your pinky?
2 finger?
2 fingers?
2 finger tops.
That's a little thicker than a chin strap, but
there's no neck. Like it's literally hugging the jawline.
Yeah, it
at
just
the
stays up
2 finger.
top
So a finger
the whole
below,
time.
a finger
Yeah.
on top of the jawline. It was a little rough. I see myself and I look very in sync.
Yeah.
It is not a good look.
Looking a little bye over there.
A lot bye.
B-I.
Yeah, no, I think we all got it. And I looked a lot like it. Yeah. So it's not surprising. It was like a gay salon.
Yeah.
Like Michael Andrews as the guy. I had a buddy I didn't know was gay, and he kept like turning me on to all this gay stuff.
He think he was converting you.
Yeah, he was like slowly
yeah.
working me over. He's like,
Like,
oh, you should go to this salon. You should go here.
This store sells some really cool clothes. You should definitely buy some stuff. Oh, hey, me and some friends are gonna just whack our bags later tonight. You should come by. It'll be a good time.
First time I went on a date, I was like, hey, my buddy's out in town with my wife, and I was like, we should go catch up with him. And like Then I'm sitting there and it's him and this other dude and we're catching a show. My wife's like, you know, your friend's gay, right? Like he's on a date. I was like, he's not gay.
He was with a girl though?
No, he was with a dude.
Oh.
And I'm like, he's not gay.
Yeah.
Like I've been friends with this guy for a while. He's not gay. She's like, he's on a date with a man. And
You're
now
like, they're bros. They're just bros.
I was like, that's his buddy. He's just in from California.
Yeah.
Like, totally over my head. And like, he's literally taking me to the gay hair salon. I'm getting my hair cut. It just never occurred to me. I'm just surrounded.
You weren't looking for it.
Yeah, I was just surrounded
Yeah.
by it was obvious to me that one of the guys at the salon was gay because he kept being like, you're so cute. And I was like, that's a little gay.
Did you have the snapback like montage in your head? Like once it all came in, like, oh yeah, that was gay. That was gay. Also that.
Oh,
like,
now it's so obvious. And it's not like he was trying to hide it.
yeah.
You know, he just wasn't offering up the fact that he was.
Yeah.
But he was still going through his life with me. And
Yeah.
I was just like, he's got some really close friends. Very European. They kiss and stuff.
I mean, you, me, and most of the guys we hang with, we're stereotypical white fraternity brothers. So, like, a lot of it's just like, yeah, he hangs out with dudes all the time. That's what I do. Like,
Never occurred to me.
I text dudes all day. Like, that's just what I do. Like,
This story, like, this is crazy. No joke. This is how I found out this dude was gay. Outside of all the signs.
yeah,
My buddy and I go to a party in Pennsylvania.
the guy.
No, this is my other buddy.
Okay.
And we go with the dude, right? So the three of us drive down to Pennsylvania for a Halloween party. And he's telling us, he's like, man, this is going to be the best Halloween party. So we're going to like Altoona, some nonsense
Yeah.
little podunk. We go to this party, have a blast. And at the end of the night, we're all staying in a hotel. And me and my one buddy are sleeping in this bed. And then the other dude is over in the other bed. And apparently I'm asleep. And my buddy's asleep. Unbeknownst to us, my boy hooks up with the DJ. Like, brings the DJ back.
Wow.
And we don't even know. Like, we're completely passed out. No joke. Apparently, this dude is blowing the DJ in the hotel room.
Nice. Like,
And
y'all were sharing a hotel room.
Yes. And I'm like completely asleep. My other boy's asleep. And they're trying to be quiet.
Yeah, because
over
you're
here.
like passed out asleep.
So apparently, I just like sit up and look right at them. And he's like, like, oh my gosh. You know,
That's kind of brazen for that dude to bring another dude over.
so brazen.
I mean-
so brazen.
But you wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't do that with a girl. Like, I can't go back to my hotel room. Like,
no, we're sitting out in the car freezing or something.
Yeah, yeah,
You're doing
yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
No, he brings him in. Apparently, I sit up, totally cock block him. Because now he's like, oh, God, you know, Brendan.
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I just lay back down. I guess it was just one of these, like, shoot up in the middle of the night, drunk. Like,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
am I?
yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm okay. And
Yeah,
fall back
yeah.
asleep. Didn't notice a thing. The next morning, he feels so bad. And I don't know what the hell's going on.
But he's acting strange.
He's acting
Yeah.
so weird. And we're supposed to be meeting some people for breakfast. And he's like, Brendan, can we have a talk, man? I want to talk about last night. And I'm like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, like, I'm like,
You're internalizing.
yeah,
You're
I was like, oh,
I said something that I
I did
shouldn't
something
have said.
stupid. And then he's like, that was unacceptable behavior. I should not have done that. And I'm like,
You're like, yeah, I mean, I bought 2 rounds to your 1, but I mean, that's not like
I
end
didn't
all
feel
be
like
all.
I didn't feel
like,
horrible about
Yeah.
it. He goes, I should have never brought him back here. I certainly shouldn't have been blowing him when you're in the room. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm standing there outside of a Waffle House having this conversation. And I'm just like, what the fuck? He's like, I should have just come out a long time ago to you. And the way I was acting, that was totally unacceptable. I'm like, yo, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you're gay, that's fine. And he's like, you literally woke up and caught me blowing the DJ. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's like, you looked right at us. I was like, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
He's like, but thanks for coming out. It was the most awkward conversation because he's over here apologizing. And until he said for blowing the DJ,
Yeah.
My mind was blown.
That
Then you know who I got to eat lunch with?
him.
No,
The
no, no,
DJ?
no, no. So breakfast, meeting his parents for the first time, and then he's like, "Please don't say anything in front of my parents. I haven't come out."
Oh my god.
Now I'm sitting here
That's the most awkward breakfast you've ever had.
in a Waffle House with my hungover buddy, who I haven't even had a chance to tell what's
Yeah.
going on. And then my boy and his parents, who he hasn't come out, and he's acting all manly. And 2 minutes ago, he's over here like, "Sorry about blowing the DJ." I was like, this is a surreal fucking morning for me, dude. I was like, they don't have coffee strong enough to get me through this
They're
moment
like,
in time.
Brendan, you hardly touched your waffle.
Yeah, I can't. The whipped cream's throwing me off.
He's just like scraping onto the floor. He's like, nah.
I can't do this. Yeah, the whole thing threw me for a
Yeah.
loop, man. It was a weird morning in Altoona at a Waffle House. I haven't been back.
That's brazen.
Yeah, but that's how I found out. It wasn't when my wife said he's on a date. I was like, lies.
Yeah.
Other people like, oh no, you didn't. He's bringing me to the hair salon. I'm like, lies. It's all happenstance, fake news. Not buying it. And then, yeah, he had to fess up. I didn't know. I think it's deli time.
Yeah, I think so.
I gotta step out.
All right.
Yeah, it's the what's that deli over there? The Sweetwater Gummy Tropical IPA. Uh-oh. That's going to be strong, isn't it?
A hazy double IPA bursting with tropical and citrus flavors. 9.5. Does that constitute a strong?
Dude. Okay, so that's what's up. This is going to set me off real nice for 10:30 in the morning.
This from Rockningo?
No, this was
This
brought
from
into Screen
this
Door
from
Mortgage.
Screen Door.
So I was on a ski trip a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Hey man, I wanted to bring you a deli. This is because he's in Atlanta, and so he wanted to bring one in, and it's the Sweetwater Gummies. Now he did say he hasn't tried this beer. He just thought it looked like something we should try.
It's got an interesting can. It's blue with a bunch of bright colored gummy worms and gummy fruits and gummy things, and like the font's a gummy looking thing. Kind of got a whole vibe going on there.
Yo, what is that? Oh, Troy, I'm dying for you to try this. What the hell?
I hope it's fruitful
Oh, it's
with a
fruitful.
name like Tropical Gummy.
Oh, I promise you, it's fruitful.
Oh, nose is good.
It's fruity as all get out.
Doesn't look very like hazy or anything.
Yeah, well, try it. That is something. That is something.
That is
How do they even make that flavor?
that's a weird flavor.
A weird flavor. I understand why they're calling it gummies. Like, it's certainly candy and fruity. It's all that.
It's also metallic.
Yeah, and weird.
It's got like that electrical. Maybe that's the double hops. I mean, it's hot. I think the tropical fruity flavor is really battling with the double hops. Like, it's a weird.
Did they add something to that to make it all candy like that? Does it say they added shit?
The box didn't say much. I don't know if the can says. I read the only descriptor on the.
No, this is okay. So that has like a real definite gummy vibe, but like those gummies that are like different colors, like they change colors
Yeah.
and like stuff.
It tastes very man-made.
Oh yeah, this is lemon and watermelon and weird shit.
Very processed.
Very processed. Oh, speaking of processed, sad day, man. Sad day. Fruit Stripes gum is done.
Really?
They have stopped making Fruit Stripes. You remember that? It came with like
I
15
used to
pieces of
love
gum in there.
Yeah, I used to love Fruit Stripe. I mean, it's been 20 some years probably since I've had some.
Fruit Stripe had the single best flavor profile for 20 seconds.
Do you chew gum?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I like gum.
Yeah.
And Fruit Stripes was, when I was a kid,
It was
the jam. It was
like
like,
zebra.
yeah. Like, was it a zebra giraffe? Was it like
I think
a
it was
mix?
a zebra.
It was
Could be wrong.
fantastic. There was only there's two gums from childhood that can still bring up nostalgia. You got Big League Chew.
Yeah.
I'm talking grape. Let's be men about this. And then Fruit Stripes.
You didn't like Big Red?
I liked Big Red. I liked the Hubba Bubbas. I liked all that shit. But like,
Bazooka Joe was dope.
if your jaw was strong enough,
Yeah.
you needed
With
a
the comics.
strong jaw. Yeah, the comics were always good. But there was something about Fruit Stripes and Big League Chew. We got a buddy who still brings Big League Chew around a lot.
Yeah.
And when you get that big chaw,
Oh, yeah.
grape, that is fantastic. Like and then you can do a little recharge, just get a little bit more and pop it in
They
there.
changed the name of it, though.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's called Big League Chew anymore.
It's just Big League?
Because of tobacco-like thing.
Come on.
But my oldest son and his buddy still chew it.
Yeah. But they ain't gonna be chewing
The ball
Fruit Stripes.
players.
Fruit Stripes is gone. It's over. So now if you get a chance to like find some Fruit Stripes, pick it up. Because it'll be as fresh as the day it was born forever.
True. Very true.
So, you hold on to that, wait 20 years, sell that shit. Woo, you make some money. I plan on retiring on Fruit Stripe.
Probably some weird collector out there that like loves Fruit Stripes and like is really brokenhearted that like their life work is coming to an end now.
Yeah, he's got all this stupid animals.
Yeah.
Well, he's got his Fruit Stripes room. Welcome to the Fruit Stripes room. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's over.
I'm the biggest Fruit Stripe fan there is.
You want to go ahead and
Congratulations.
start on that beer? I'm sure you have an opinion. I know I do.
This is a weird one for me. It's not bad, but it's also not very. It's not good per se. It's better than average, I guess. I forgot that Sweetwater. Now I look at the can and it's got the 420 Interstate logo on it. I forgot that's Sweetwater's like
Flagship beer.
They're cute. They're cutesy thing. Like we're weed based. Like we're
Yeah, and that's why it says gummies on
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's another play on weed.
yeah. But I mean, it's a 3. It's not bad. I would say, and it doesn't taste very boozy, but I would say probably your best attribute for this is the booze. Like it'll get you there in a hurry.
I tend to actually agree with you on that. That like what I like about this the most is that it is a big boozy beer. Because when it comes to the flavor of it, I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's not a tasty beer.
No, like you were like, it's okay.
Surprisingly, my mouth for being a double IPA, the after feel that I always complain about isn't there. I'm not getting a lot of that.
Maybe it's because it's 10:30 in the morning and not 10:30 at night.
Maybe.
But I hate it. Like I'm debating if my first number should start with a 1 or a 2.
Ooh.
That's where I am. In fact, fuck this beer. 1.5.
Nice.
I'm gonna take it to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in the 1 range. It's got too much of like a sickly sweet kind
Yeah.
of thing going on. It tastes all
It's very
fake.
metallic to me. That's the
And the burning in it, you know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of like the White Monster in its own weird way. Like the no.
But we love that.
I know, because it's in a soft drink.
Yeah.
And this is like in a beer.
Yeah.
It's all wrong. And the way the alcohol is so forward, it almost comes across like a schnapps or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird one.
That's not for me. It's not for me. That's a 1.5. Sorry, Jamie. Thank you though for
Yeah,
trying.
Thanks for trying.
Now I'm gonna have 5 of those sitting in my fridge.
Don't buy it yourself.
Yeah, I would do yourself a favor and not pick up the Sweetwater Gummy Tropical Double IPA.
I gave it a 3. I could easily give it a 2.5. It's I like that it's not funky at the end, and I like that it was high boozy. But like overall flavor, very meh.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
You want to know something better than that beer?
I just avoid Sweetwater. Like I never.
See, I like that G13. This one that's like made after a
We
weed
had that
strain.
one?
Yeah, and it like intentionally, when you open it, it smells like the whole room
I
smells.
don't recall ever having that. I don't know if we've done it on a deli.
It's strong. It's good. I like it a lot. But like they're capable of doing good things. But that's not one of them. Oof. All right, I got something better than that.
All right.
Something that I actually enjoyed. I checked out that new Bob Marley movie.
Oh yeah, you brought up. We were talking about musicians that died early, and I meant to ask you because I remember last week you telling me you were going to go. Did you go? You went with the whole family, right?
Took the whole fam. Went and checked it out.
How was it? So what kind of movie is it? Is it a documentary?
No, it's a biopic.
So it's kind of like Elvis.
They follow him from 76 to 78. Now, as someone who's like
Was that his death?
81 was
Okay.
his death, May of 81.
Was 76 to 78 his like height of?
It kind of tells the creation of the Exodus album, which is what changed everything.
Okay.
Like
Was that his biggest album?
it's the one that made him internationally superstar, like changed everything. And this is it's basically, so I'm a aficionado, like I know everything about Bob.
How many albums did he have?
I know everything but that. Thanks, Troy. Nailed it. Like, I don't know the exact answer to that. And it's actually something you probably would have a hard time answering because, like, you go back to, like, Judge Not.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many little albums throughout.
Well, reggae is kind of a weird version of music anyway, in that, like, it's a lot of different mixes and a lot of people were sampling and redoing other people's work, but changing it. And, like, it was just a whole, from what I know of it, it's just a weird genre.
For sure. But this movie, I'm conflicted only because if you don't know,
Well, you went in expecting to love it.
I did, but then I started reading reviews, so I went in expecting to not love it. But as somebody who knows all the history of Bob, there were things where I'm like, okay, that makes sense, and oh, I know why Rita's acting like that, or I know why this is happening. But like, I was nervous that if you don't know all the ins and outs, they just gloss over so much or jump over this, and then they'll do like some symbolism where I'm like, oh, that's Emperor Selassie I, like, of course. But like, how the hell are people supposed to know that?
Your wife and kids probably were just like glossed over.
I was just like, yeah, are you guys feeling this at all? This was essentially a glorified music video.
So they got the rights to all his stuff and they got to like play all his music and stuff?
Oh, it was done. There were people from the Marley family on set every single day. In fact, the movie opens with Ziggy being like, the Marley family is so very proud of this. I hope you enjoy. So it is completely with the family.
But that also means it's completely biased.
Completely. And they actually did an all right job of showing Bob as not the perfect human. But
He's not a perfect human?
He is. But they wanted to make it look, like normal people. Mm-hmm. So they made him look bad.
They pulled him back a little.
Yeah. The best move I made, right before I was leaving, I noticed my wife had put on a tracksuit. And I was like, I see you're in a tracksuit today. I was like, we're going to the Bob Marley movie. I think I'm going to put on my tracksuit.
Nice.
I wore a navy blue Adidas tracksuit with white stripes. 50% of that movie, Bob Marley is in a navy blue Adidas tracksuit. I was like,
awesome.
I nailed this.
You're like, I'm Bob Marley.
Like, yeah, like my daughter leaned over. She was like, that's your tracksuit. I was like, I know. I was like, I'm sitting here.
That's
like,
hilarious.
It felt good walking in there because everyone's looking at me like, this guy's in an Adidas tracksuit. And then I get in there and it's like, oh, he's a real deal fan.
Yeah.
Like, he knew what was up. It was like, I couldn't have timed it better. If you've got a navy blue with white stripe Adidas tracksuit, wear it to that movie.
So your wife and kids have been around you forever, so they know all the music. They probably enjoyed that aspect of it.
So I thought that this movie actually, if you just go in there looking for a good time, it's not a mind-blowing movie. Mm-hmm. But musically, I mean, from jump, they're showing him on stage. They're rocking. That actor did a hell of a job. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Like, that was a ton of fun. But I was nervous when
the guy who played him looked like him and acted like him and everything.
He's a prettier version of Bob.
Yeah.
Like most actors are, you know. But like real people, Bob Marley came from literally nothing.
Squalor.
So he doesn't, he looks like someone who came from literally nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good looking guy, but I mean, he's got his flaws. Whereas this guy's like perfect.
Yeah.
He's an actor. But I thought he did a great job of capturing it and doing the whole thing.
I'd like to see it. I don't care to see it in a theater, but I have a weird history with Marley in that, like, in high school, for me, people that love Marley were the stupid ass stoner kids.
Of course.
And I was like, this is fucked out. Like, this is so, like.
So did you put Grateful Dead and Marley in the same bucket?
Somehow I got into Grateful Dead in high school.
And thought Marley was the problem?
Well, what happened, I think, with Grateful Dead was I got a Grateful Dead, like, greatest hits CD with, like, through the Columbia House or something.
Skeletons from the Closet.
Yeah, and I liked it. I was like, oh, these guys actually have some good songs.
Yeah.
And Marley, all I heard was, just whatever.
Legend.
Yeah, but then in my 20s, I spent a lot of my time in Nags Head and Outer Banks. Like,
now we're
and
dancing.
I was like, and at first I was like, of course, this shit's playing nonstop. This is annoying. But then it came to be like associative, where it's like,
perfect.
Yeah, this is like kind of like Buffett. Like,
there
Buffett's perfect to have on while you're at the beach. Like, it's just made for it. Like, they crafted that music for doing these activities. And I kind of came around on, Legend's a great album because it's all his greatest hits that are great for listening to at the beach. Like,
so you'll like it then. You'll like it if you feel the vibe at all. And it sounds like you came around to it.
Yes.
You'll enjoy the shit out of this movie.
I also didn't understand him getting put on a pedestal, like back to the original conversation of he died early.
But he's different. He died at 36.
It's still young. It's still like,
it is.
What would he be doing now? Like,
I think he wasn't fucking himself up.
Okay.
His star didn't burn out at 27.
But like, was he a good husband and father? Like, because it's not just music.
No, it's not. No, but he never.
But that fucks your stature up too. Like, if you're a piece of shit human, people don't like that either.
In his mind, he wasn't a piece of shit human. He believes that marriage is just a Western law thing.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't be married. You either love or you don't love. And he's like, and I love. And he loves.
Yeah, but like
everybody. The only reason
tribes that have been around thousands of years still do marriage. Like,
yeah, but
you don't go to a courthouse, but you're still like,
in his mind, he was legally married.
Yeah.
But he was not, in the eyes of God, married.
Yeah.
So like, he could do whatever he wanted.
He was selfish.
Complicated. Selfish. It's complicated to the point that, like,
in his defense about being a narcissist and being selfish, I think that's honestly primal human being nature. Like, it's how you adapt to that is what makes you.
He was honest about it.
Yeah.
To the point that, like, Rita raised illegitimate kids in the home. To the point that when they were on tour,
so she's a saint.
Rita would like show up and be like, "Hey, ladies, you got to get out of here. We got a big show. I need him to rest up."
Yeah.
Like, and obviously they created tension, but like it was kind of understood. Like, legally, I married you because you were having my kids, and I was 17 years old, and I just felt like it's what everybody above us was telling us we had to do. So we did it, and I'll honor that because you're my house mom. You're my wife. You're the parent, mother of my children. So he took care of her, but like he wasn't going to be faithful to her. And he kind of said that from the jump. So yeah, he's a piece of shit, but at the same time, like he was honest. There was never any two ways about it. No, it's weird. But I think if you watch the movie, because I asked the girls after we got out, I was like, did that make sense to you? Because I know I'm able to fill in all the gaps.
Yeah.
And I was like, did that make sense? And like between the three of them, they did pick up on enough where I was like, okay, I think I'm being hypercritical.
Did they come out more liking Marley more or less?
I think everyone came out thinking that movie, like everybody, you know, like when you first come out.
But it shined the light on. It glossed over his flaws, obviously.
A lot of them. But it wasn't about that. It was about
The music.
a moment in time. And it was very much about the music,
Yeah.
not about the other things as much.
The stepping out on the wife, the having the illegitimate kid.
They had one fight and she mentions it. She's like, I raised your other women's kids. Like, that's the only time, like, you never saw him do anything.
Yeah.
So you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
You know, so like,
You do what?
but like they throw
I thought
those
you were going to say pick up my dirty underwear. You're what?
yeah, they throw these little like comments in and it's like, all right, you have to take that and extrapolate that over his whole life.
Yeah.
But if you can do that, and it turns out
But again, being that it's Marley family approved, it ain't going to. Yeah, they can go back and say, we mentioned it.
and they show him like with other women,
Yeah.
but they're not like banging.
Yeah.
No, it was in the end, dude. That's a fun movie. I think everyone, if you're looking
What's
for
the name of it?
One Love,
One Love?
if you're looking for a throwaway, like if you're going to the
I'll wait
theater
for it to
for any
stream.
reason, that's fine.
Yeah.
But if for any reason anyone out there is like going to the movies, this is a perfectly acceptable
Yeah.
throwaway because the stereo is going to be good.
Yeah.
The music's going to hit. The imagery is good. Like the storyline is okay as far as 76 to 78 is concerned. All in all, I was happy. But granted, I'm sitting there drinking, having a good time. Got Girl
Yeah.
Scout cookies. Like,
You're not going to be unbiased towards him anyway.
I mean, I was going to enjoy it, but I think I was more critical because coming out, I was like, okay, it was a big music video. Like, you guys just watched a musical. What'd you think?
Yeah.
And then when I heard them blown away, it allowed me to be like, oh, thank God. Okay. 'Cause
Okay.
I thought I was just enjoying it for me. So I would say go check it out. I thought it was actually good. It was the top selling movie of Valentine's weekend.
Have you seen the trailer for the new Roadhouse remake?
I haven't, but I've heard that it's got McGregor in it.
Yeah, he's the bad guy. It's set in
McGregor, the
Florida.
great boat builder.
I'm not a fan of remakes because I'm like, can we get a new idea? But I love Gyllenhaal. I just think he's great. Like, I think he's an underappreciated actor. And the trailer looks pretty badass. I'm excited
So
for it.
Gyllenhaal is
He's Dalton.
he's Dalton.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
He can bulk up. He can get.
He is a former UFC fighter who's retired.
Oh, is
And-
McGregor playing McGregor? He's not playing like the bad
No,
guy.
Dalton is. That, like, he got into the cooler business after he retired.
I know, but I'm saying, are they bringing McGregor in like he's Conor McGregor, or he's just some other badass?
he's some other badass. And he might have the same name as whatever the badass in the original Roadhouse had.
He should. It's
Oh.
Roadhouse. God, that beer is horrible. Every time I take a sip, I'm like, what is this?
You're like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? No, but I'm looking forward. It's going straight streaming, so that's interesting.
That's not a good sign.
Well, I don't think it's a sign anymore. Honestly,
I guess you're kind of right.
I know the director got pissed off because he was told it was going to the theaters. And
I thought it was with all the hype around this.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be the next Top Gun Maverick, like in the theaters
Yeah.
for a damn year.
Certain movies you don't have to see in a theater though. Like now that when you had a 25-inch black and or color TV that sat that was in a cabinet on the floor, yeah, you would. But now with like flat screens and HD, like you can watch a movie. Dude. Very few movies need to be seen in theaters.
I saw a name brand when I was in name brand Samsung.
Yeah,
65-inch 4K UHD smart TV. It was under $400.
That's crazy.
In Best Buy.
That's
Like,
crazy.
how is this possible that like now the name brands are not only sub 500 but sub 400 for a 65-inch TV?
I have no less than 3 or 4 flat screen TVs of varying sizes in my house that are not in use.
I'm the same way. I have
Like,
2 that are just
A
laying.
couple of them are big and a couple of them are small, and it's just like I don't even know how we got them. Don't know where they came from. They're
Life is
just-
good.
I mean, it's just extra TVs. We're like the 40-inch projection that, was thousands of dollars that I had,
Yeah.
that took
40
up,
inch. That's the one. Yeah. 40
Yeah.
inch was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
40 inches.
Well, I remember the first 32-inch tube TV I thought was like looking at a fucking theater.
It's a game changer. And the tube TV, that's 1,000 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
A good old CRT.
Yeah.
That thing. Those were beautiful, though. Actually, the picture
Yeah.
is perfect. Mm-hmm. These little flat screens are trash. I don't like them. As we're surrounded by 5.
Yeah, you only have 5.
I actually, when I saw that 65 inch, I was like, do I need to upgrade?
Buy 4 of those.
I'm
Or
just
2 of them.
at least one.
Yeah.
I mean, I should have a 65 inch on the wall.
You got the space.
I was actually thinking about converting this whole thing to a whole like hookup
That'd be cool.
gaming system and stuff.
Yeah.
I want to like Guitar Hero.
That'd be cool.
I'm in a Guitar Hero mood.
I have Guitar Hero.
I've got I think today's gonna get.
I have
weird.
a lot of Guitar Heroes.
Today's gonna get weird.
I'll give it to you. Do you have a PS2?
I have the Wii.
I have
Guitar
PS2.
I just feel like today's a good Guitar Hero day. I don't
Nice.
know why. I think it's because I'm drinking at 10:30 in the morning.
There you go.
Like, what would a rock star do?
Play guitar here and continue drinking.
I think that's a good thing to do with the kids. Hey kids, come out here and watch Dad play Guitar Hero and drink beer. It's almost noon.
They can play.
Yeah, make it happen. Yo, are you a social media guy now? Is that what I heard? Heard you're a big Instagram guy.
So yeah, I got I'm anti social media, even though because I am slightly addicted to it. But I got on Facebook 4 or 5 years after everybody else did.
You were still way ahead of me.
Yeah, I was, and I really got on just to like keep up with when my kids were born. So like family and friends I don't see on a regular basis could like see pictures of the kids. So kind of anti that. And a buddy of mine, when Twitter came out, a buddy of mine was like, dude, this is going to be the next big thing. You got to get it. And he really sold me on it because if you remember what Twitter was designed for years ago, made sense. It was like, like your favorite bands you can follow and they'll basically be talking directly to you, or your favorite comedians or your favorite whatever. And I was like, that's pretty damn genius. In that I never thought of like me being able to send out a tweet and or people following me, which is what kind of Twitter's turned into, like average Joe fucking doing stuff. Like,
Yeah, I use it more for just keeping up with quick things.
yeah.
Like I like sports injuries, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're right. Most people just pontificating on bullshit.
Yeah. So I've stayed off Twitter, and then of course Instagram got big, and that's creating a whole nother genre of issues for kids and people, and
Well, if
taking the
these-
perfect pictures, and
If these kids had better skin and would lose a few pounds, I think they'd be fine. But I mean, let's be honest. You look like shit.
they're a
kid.
bunch of uglies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess now it's turned into like certain schools and certain organizations are using that instead of like emails and text to send information out.
There are things where like I literally can't sign up because I don't have my Facebook account.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I don't do Facebook. So like then I had to get
Yeah.
Facebook just so I could start signing up for crap. They kind of like backdoored me.
Yeah. So like one of my kids is participating in a after school thing, and I knew like it was coming up, and I'm like, what's the deal with this? He's like, they keep saying they're going to put out notifications on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm like, I have neither of those. So yesterday I'm like at this thing, and I'm talking to one of the parents. They're like, oh, practices this time. And I'm like, where'd you get that? Oh, it was on Instagram. I'm like, I don't have that. She's like, I'll send you the screenshot. So I basically signed up on Instagram.
You have to be on Instagram just to get
to know when these events are going to happen.
the
And
hook.
I'm like, so then of course, imagine my 14-year-old. Well, Dad, I need it. And I'm like, the hell? Like,
well, how else is he going to make this team?
Yeah.
When's he going to know when the game is?
yeah. I mean, so I'm like,
Did he get it?
no, hell no.
Nah, it's worth a shot.
Hell no.
He tried though, right?
He has yet to ask, but I know it's coming. Like, because I've heard it from other kids on the team, like that have it. Some already have it and stuff, and I'm just trying to keep them like.
I love it. They're like, "Hey, coach, only put this stuff out on Snap.
Yeah,
I need to get Snap.
Yeah,
put it on an Insta. I need to get on you.
Yep.
Smart.
Yeah. So, because I really don't know, and I'm sure you're living it because you have girls. Like, I just hear more negatives when it comes to teens with social media than positives. Like, I really don't see the positives of it.
There's not a lot of positives to it per se, but what there is that's how they communicate. So if you take it from them,
They're kind of out of the loop.
they're out of the loop.
But like I heard on Instagram, my son told me last week that there's like an anonymous Instagram that's like such and such problems or such and such confessions, I think is what it is. And you can anonymously post like gossip basically, where you can call out kids like this kid stinks. This
My kids already. And
I'm like,
I've dealt with this.
yeah. So like a friend of a friend like got blasted on Instagram. Somebody called him out. It was like, oh, he wants to do this. He better do this. He better lose some weight and get in better shape. And it's like, you're catching strays over here from what? What?
One of my kids got blasted on one of those.
Uh-huh.
And they like, someone had created like a whole meme and like,
Oh, snap.
totally like clowned one of my kids.
I hadn't heard this story.
And she, of course, is devastated.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I don't ever want to go back to school.
Now, my other daughter goes, actually, this is great. Like, some asshole clowned you, but look at the comments. And 90% of the comments were like, I know her and she's like super sweet. This
Yeah.
is mean. And like, I'm not kidding. 90% of the comments are like defending her. Like,
That's great.
Like, what kind of an asshole are you
Yeah.
that you would anonymously put this up here because
Yeah.
she's this and she's this. So then this whole like conversation occurs about
In the
how sweet
comments.
she is and how nice she is. My daughter could not see the comments. She couldn't. Like, she couldn't see through
couldn't
it.
see past it.
All she saw was the meme that the one asshole wrote. And I'm like, honey, read the comments.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 people are defending you. And then other people are chiming in on theirs.
It's human nature.
I was like, but all you're seeing is that one asshole did this.
Yep.
But what I just learned today is you're literally not that.
Yeah.
And that's great.
But that's how
She
everyone
cried for days.
operates.
Cried for days. All she could think about ruined her. And I was like, just see the fucking forest
Yeah.
through the trees. Like, you are being defended.
I mean,
to
it's
no
not
end.
this. It's not apples to apples here, but we jokingly talk about on this podcast our one shitty review all the time. Like that review
Because
gets,
she sticks in my head. I don't
know.
even know her name. What is it? Fiona Face.
yeah, exactly.
I know exactly
Like,
who she is.
She gets more. Her name gets mentioned more than all the great reviews we have.
Because it's all we see.
Yes,
But that's human nature.
it's human nature.
It's sad, but that's what's up.
But human nature should also be like, why am I going out of my way to post some bullshit anonymously? Like, that's fucked up. Like, these kids don't need that shit.
Well, thicken up. Tough on your skin, dude. No, I'm with you. No, it's seriously, it debilitated my daughter.
If you want to go say something to someone's face, hey, I'm all for that. Like,
Made a career out of that.
if my kid comes to me and says so and so said something to me I didn't like to my face, I'd be like, you better straighten that shit out. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like, if you're gonna come at me on the interwebs anonymously,
like this person doesn't have the
cojones to fucking even put their name on it. Like,
but for it to go all positive,
that's impressive.
and then for her to only see the negative, it
Mm-hmm.
was sad. But that is social media.
And that's why I want to keep my kids off of it as long as I can.
Yeah, I get it. But now you're in.
Yeah.
You're in because you get to find out when the
So,
game is.
I guess the way it works is I'm following this one thing, and I will not post anything, and I will not follow anything else.
You say that now, but it's like, I'm just going to do meth this one time.
I'm not. Like, I to look for it, I push the search button, and I guess like all these photos come up, and it's like, holy shit. Like, this is some inappropriate shit just out here.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got to rely on your kids to filter it themselves.
Come on.
I'm with you. I'm with you. You can't.
I got two good kids, the oldest one being really good, and I wouldn't put it past him to do some crazy shit with his phone. Like, you got to be realistic. Like,
Absolutely.
what would 14-year-old Troy do? Jesus. I mean, for real?
He wouldn't leave his room. For starters.
Yeah.
You know, like let's get down this
I
rabbit
was
hole.
in college when the internet came out, and I'm like on Yahoo going boobs.
Boobs. Yeah, and you're grown up.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my gosh, there's boobs right here.
They're right here.
Yeah.
I found them.
I'm 18, and I've seen boobs a bunch, but I'm still like, boobs.
The best.
Oh, they're cool.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. Well, I found out.
Turns out they're super.
Yeah, they still are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna argue with you. You got to your mark.
Yeah.
You got to be happy about that.
Hey, for a Monday morning, man.
For a Monday morning, it is 11 o'clock.
Yes.
You've set my day off to an interesting start, Troy.
I'm glad I could help.
Made for an interesting week, I'm sure. All the above.
Yes.
Jimmy, thank you so much for sending us this beer. If you guys haven't had a chance to head over to screendoormortgage.com, please do so, especially if you live in Georgia or Virginia. Otherwise, it's really not going to help you too much. But maybe you should just buy like a rental
You should
property.
live in one of those two states.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way you get to work at Screen Door Mortgage.
That's right.
They will take care of you. Let them know that you came from inside the pallet house. They certainly appreciate the support. I know we appreciate the support here on our end.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get kickbacks, but like, I got a dope cup.
And we got a deli.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot to buy our loyalty.
No.
You know what helps, though? Don't suck at doing mortgages, and he doesn't. He is the best.
He is.
So I appreciate that. If you guys need sunglasses, head over to nectarsunglasses.com, drop Abacus in the coupon code, and you will get 20%. That's two of those little tiles that represent 10% off. That's how that works. That's how an Abacus works. You looking up reviews over there, Troy?
Still no new reviews.
No new reviews.
No, not since August 24th.
You know why? Because it's hard. You have to click the star,
Yes.
and then you have to type.
Yeah, and that's too much. It's a bridge too far for our listeners, I guess.
I get it. It's tough out there.
Yes.
You know what seems to be easier for them, which I'll never understand? Just going to Venmo.
Venmo us at Inside the Pallet House.
That's an easy way just to send money.
Yes.
If you got more money than smarts, easy. You can always do that. Oh, Troy, your face just got... Did you see something over there?
Yeah.
Oh,
got a
okay.
weird
Something
text.
else. Something
Yeah.
else. Okay, I thought you found a review.
No.
No, it was just...
No.
You're on Instagram?
No.
I get it.
Not at all.
I get it. You're over there posting. She's fat.
Blowing up text messages.
It's hilarious.
Both phones.
If you guys have topics to send us, please do so at insidethepallethouse@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Troy, you travel safe this week.
You too, brother. And we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be talking next week. Cheers.
Cheers. That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?